The longtime debate between President-elect Trump and Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, around fires and water management continues as Trump is about to take office again, and we're seeing these record fires in LA. So what's the truth of the matter? Trump is saying that effectively Newsom has not allowed enough water into Southern California, and that's what set off these fires and have made them worse. Now, what do we know? The majority of water from LA doesn't come from Northern California. It actually comes from the Colorado River, from ground sources, and some from the mountains. But when talking to firefighters, the issue with water in fighting the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire was not about a lack of water, but more water pressure, that the hydrants, the infrastructure in Southern California is not equipped to be able to handle an urban fire like that, where all of them are latched into the various hydrants and then continuously using them for hours on end to fight a wildfire. We've actually seen this issue in a number of places, including the Maui fire and some other fires in California, that just, again, the urban infrastructure not ready to help fight wildfires. So they need other ways to fight those fires. And so that leads to a drop in pressure and the city trying to accommodate just the amount of water that is necessary. One of the challenges they had is they're typically using airdrops, but because of the wind gusts up to 100 miles per hour, they weren't able to fly choppers and planes like they typically do. And so that also led to a record spread of these fires as they're dealing with the lack of pressure, the lack of airdrops of water, drought conditions, just a huge combination of factors. But the reservoirs in California, based on the last 2 winters, are totally full across the state at or above average levels. The issue that Trump is bringing up with Newsom is actually a separate issue in regards to letting water flow from Northern California down to the Central Valley to the farmers. It's a debate between environmentalists who want to use that water to help the smelt population, that's a type of fish, as well as other environmental concerns, versus the needs of farmers and residents in the Central Valley. As far as Southern California is concerned, again, they don't depend on that issue. There's sort of a conflation of issues here. Nonetheless, there is a larger discussion being opened up here about the infrastructure and what went wrong in Southern California. Not quite what Trump is bringing up in terms of the rerouting down to the Central Valley, but he has brought up other issues in regards to forest management, the lack of clearing of brush, controlled burns, clearing hills, other things California could be doing as part of its fire mitigation attempts, especially as we go into another drought here. We're in a La Nina cycle, which happens every few years versus El Nino, and La Nina typically brings a more drought-like conditions this time of year to Southern California. So there's a lot going on here. Again, multiple debates. The issues of Southern California, definitely issues less relevant to what Trump is accusing Newsom of, specifically in regards to the reroute. But nonetheless, there's going to be a full investigation here into how the most expensive fire disaster in California history took place.